And we are back. So we're going to finish our conversation out on gentrification, and we're going to roll out to some other topics. So we kind of left off basically leading to ownership and kind of respect and, you know, personal feelings towards, is it community, is it home, is it family? Let's go in, fellas.
I think for me, more important than ownership is, because I know a large amount of, you know, folks in the city live in the same house that their mother and grandmother lived in, and I would think that you live in that house, you would want to respect it because your grandmother and mother respected it. Mm-hmm. You know, if your grandmother and mother worked hard every day to take care of that house, to put food in the kitchen, to cook, to fix the garden, to plant like all that, like you should respect that. Just like, I mean, for you to let, like, it's a house on my block, and the lady, I was talking to the lady, and she said her son, the lady's son, he was like 45 or something like that. He's been living there since he was little. Like, he never left. Okay. But he treats the house like trash.
I don't get that.
Like, you treat the house like trash that your mother bought back in the day.
That's your legacy.
That's your legacy.
That's your legacy.
Yeah. You know, like, why didn't you keep up with that? Right. And these houses in Germantown are like huge.
Yeah.
They're huge. They're nice
that's
houses,
an example
man.
where something was left down.
Yeah.
Which is a rarity. Yeah. Sometimes.
So it's like you don't have to own the house to respect it.
But again, and the difference there is it was given to him. You know, there wasn't a $20,000 deposit put on that house. Yeah, this guy's, you know, maybe I'll pay the taxes.
Absolutely.
He should have.
You know, so he understood, like, okay, my mother and father like broke their back to get this house, and like now there's a hole in the roof, there's a hole in the floor, the kitchen doesn't work, the windows are broken. How do you think your parents are looking down on you right now?
It's a teaching somebody something. It's a tough thing to show somebody something. Well, in this case, not new. Yeah. You know, but again, it's something that he probably should have known. Yeah. He should know. You know,
we can do the knowledge. We can do the knowledge. Like, regardless if somebody doesn't necessarily teach us something, we can do the knowledge ourselves.
Yeah, we should.
It's plain and simple. Like, we can do the knowledge ourselves.
We should. I mean, and ultimately, we live in the information age. So there's no information that's out of reach for you.
Exactly.
So that kind of goes on our next topic. So we're going to discuss, you know, a couple weeks back, Ray Lewis got chewed out by the Black Lives Matter coalition. And then a week later, Bill Clinton faced some scrutiny. And I'm kind of glad we wanted to put it out as soon as that stuff happened. I'm glad we're doing it right now because we've gotten days and weeks to sit on it. So I'm going to play a little excerpt of Ray Lewis's thoughts in video.
In my prayer room.
Preacher Lewis.
Yeah.
I find my spirit really matter. Then in Chicago alone, the murder rate has soared 72% in 2016.
What? Yeah. What is he doing?
88% in the first 3 months.
Dropping knowledge, man, I guess.
You don't
2016 compared to last year.
Yeah.
I'm trying to ask the question if to the organization of Black Lives if they really mattered, then why not riot now?
Oh God, how long is this?
There was 141 murders this year, 82 murders last year at the same time. I'm trying to figure out in my mind why no one is paying attention to black men killing black men. Why we always find ourselves as the victims. And now we have the separation once again that we're being victimized because of 1 bad white cop, 2 bad white cops, 3 bad white cops kill a young black brother. But every day we have black on black crime killing each other. Police in Chicago reported 677 shootings this year. Last year it was 359.
Okay. So before we respond,
thank you for stopping that.
Yeah.
Oh,
minus Ray Lewis being a pastor from South Carolina.
No, we are not going. We are absolutely not going to minus that. There's no way we're taking that out.
We gotta keep it in.
I mean, I think we should keep it in.
Keep it in.
Absolutely.
I think we should
keep it in.
We should think about the meat of what he's saying. Regardless what the toppings are. We just think about what he's saying. Like, because if you think about it, everybody has a problem with a cop that shoots a black guy. But nobody has a problem when a black guy shoots a black guy. Now think about it. Are people really going to care about a black girl being killed by other black girls?
Well, Amy Joyner is a perfect case.
Are we going to care about that?
Amy Joyner is a perfect case.
Specifically, are we talking about media coverage? Like when you say care, are we talking about media coverage? Are we talking about between ourselves or
just caring all around? Just caring about the situation. Like how come black people, we don't care when other white people kill each other? How come we don't care when other Asians kill each other? How come we don't care when other Hispanics kill each other? But we only care when white people kill a black person.
Because I mean, this is almost an oversimplification, but almost a truism on top of it. Because we've been being killed by white people historically.
They've been seen as the enemy,
right?
Yeah.
And there's a no. I mean, I know what you're saying. There's a.
Gotcha.
It's embedded in us psychologically. If you've ever been in a group of black people when sirens go off, I'm like the only person who doesn't look. Why would I care? I didn't do it. Right? Nobody's coming for me. But these same people are probably in a similar. Live this the way I do, yet what's going on? Are they looking for danger? Has the fear of cops in general? Does that just pervade our psyche? I think that's a very real thing. But historically we have been. I mean, like we have been killed by white people historically. We have been killed by white cops historically. Again, I don't fear cops personally. I don't fear white cops or white people. But I think 400 years of I don't. That sounds terrible. I didn't mean for that to come down.
Is it time to get over that as a black community?
It has to be.
I think so. Absolutely.
It has to be.
I think so.
It has to be time.
I agree. I can't think of who it was. Nick Cannon came out against slave movies, and I can completely be on the side of that because it just perpetuates that this is who we are. Yeah, this is all we are.
And while I'm gonna pause you real quick while we're on that topic. The whole Harriet Tubman thing being on a $20 bill is kind of like, okay,
I support it.
It's all gravy. I'm good with that, but it's like at the same time though, why does the achievement have to be given to repression?
Yeah,
because she was a slave.
I think because she fought for the cause. She was one of the leaders that helped other slaves leave the South and make their way up north. They could have put Oprah on the $20 bill. They could have put like,
I'm not.
Oprah ain't earned it yet. She ain't earned it yet. I mean, I don't watch
I can't get down with Oprah.
I mean, they could have put somebody else, but when you think about black people, you think about slavery, right?
I get it.
You think we shouldn't think about slavery.
Right? Like, can we get out of that?
Yeah, we can. I think we should get out of it. I think we should not revert back to white people, oppressed us and beat us. No, it's 2015. It's 2016 now.
And how do we do that? Because you take Jewish people who have nobody's got the market cornered on oppression and misery or anything like that. But you think about the Holocaust. You think about the Bible. I mean, like the Jews have been through it, and they own Hollywood. They are some of the most unified one of the race of people, race.
But G,
there is.
I believe, and I'm gonna speak for them. No one here to negate that.
No representation here.
But they've gotten over it. Yeah. They're not walking around mad.
and that's but is it? Are we? Again, another word I hate using because it goes into conspiracy theory stuff. Are we constantly being indoctrinated to stay in our place? Is it the slave movies? Is it the booty videos? Is it the and I hate Tyler Perry. Everybody who knows me knows how bad I hate Tyler Perry. But is it the Tyler Perry movies? Is it all of this stuff that we're getting beat over the head with as black people that says this is all we are. This is all we can be.
We don't like to branch out. It's black people that would just always sit in the house and watch a Tyler Perry movie, but they won't go out and see Benjamin Button. They won't go out and see other movies. Because there are way better movies out there.
Different types of different things to ingest in our minds.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm flaking on the
point. But here my thing is with Black Lives Matter. I'm gonna kind of spin it back to what we were talking about in the beginning. The Black Lives Matter movement to me is, I look at America as like a big mansion. You know what I mean? The nation is a mansion, and it has many different rooms in the mansion, right? That belong to different parts of ethnicities. And I feel like the Black Lives Matter movement is like one room in this big mansion that's dirty.
Yeah.
It's clothes everywhere. Nothing's being taken care of in the room, right? So you are angry. We need to move. We're not getting treated right in this house. How come our room is the dirtiest compared to this Jewish room or this Italian room or this Indian room or blah, 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 blah. But it's like at the same time, this room is not being clean.
Yeah.
You're not cleaning the inner people that are in power of this community are not cleaning it. Mm-hmm. So how can you complain when you're not taking out your own garbage in a sense?
No.
You know what I mean? And that's how I feel the Black Lives Matter movement is, because it seems to, and I've never hashtag Black Lives Matter. I'm not against it, but I'm definitely not pro. You know what I mean? I just kind of remain just in limbo in my own space. But it seems to me the only time Black Lives Matter has an opinion is only to lash out. You know what I mean? Against Caucasians.
Right. Well, I said this about and again I'm flaking on the name. There was the sit-in movement at all the parks a couple of years ago. It was the they were against the 1%ers, and I can never think of the name, but their problem.
Wall Street.
Thank you.
Oh, there you
Thank
go.
you.
Boom. Yeah.
One of their biggest problems was they didn't have one message and they didn't have a face. They had multiple messages that couldn't coalesce into one, and they didn't have anybody to lead. Here is a single voice speaking our one or two concerns.
Yeah.
And it's a similar situation. It's a lot of people in t-shirts. It's a lot of folks. We got the YouTube videos and things of that nature. But when is one guy or one guy going to be elected? When is one guy going to take the lead and say this is where we're going? And we're taking our concerns to a political platform. We're taking our concerns to a place where we can get power to make these changes, as opposed to, okay, I got this t-shirt and I got some stuff to say.
Yeah.
Well, and I know Steve wants to get some stuff off, but like before,
Omar needs to go.
Yeah, Omar, my bad, both of y'all. But like, and I'm not saying that Black lives don't need advocates. That's all gravy. I'm for that. But at the same time, it's like if you take a white man and you throw him in a room of 40 black kids, you know what I mean, as opposed to Gerald or Steve or me, we got way more influence on what this guy is talking about. Yeah. We can make them dance if we want them to dance. We can make them think if we want them to think. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I'm like, man, we point. Black Lives Matter is pointing the guns this way. Turn the gun this way. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And get our community in check. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Before we just go, if you're racist or this is that. Like. It's changed, man. The Black Panther was a great movement, but that was a different time and space. You know what I mean? Stuff has evolved, and I feel like we gotta tap into what's going on now peep game. You know what I mean? This is socialism. This is classism. This is invisible racism.